Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a story that has sent waves through Europe and left many international observers both surprised and intrigued. We are talking about the unprecedented decision that has brought Denmark and Sweden together in a remarkable way, reshaping political, economic, and social dynamics in the region. The news has dominated headlines, sparked debates, and left many analysts wondering what this means for the European Union and the broader international community. So let's unpack what exactly happened, why it is so significant, and what the potential consequences could be. To start with, Denmark and Sweden have historically shared close ties. Geographically, culturally, and economically, the two nations are intertwined. Yet despite their proximity and mutual cooperation on various issues, the recent announcement marks a new chapter in their relationship, one that goes far beyond trade agreements or diplomatic visits. It signals a deeper alignment that has caught Europe off guard. Many political commentators have described it as a bold move, not just for the countries themselves, but for the EU as a whole. It's the kind of development that can shift the balance of influence within European institutions and change how member states interact with one another. The decision came after months of careful negotiation and intense political maneuvering behind closed doors. While public statements emphasize unity and shared vision, the strategy leading up to this moment involved intricate discussions about sovereignty, national interests, and the broader geopolitical landscape. Both Denmark and Sweden have faced unique challenges over the past decade, from economic pressures and immigration issues to debates over energy policies and security concerns. Aligning their positions was not simply a matter of convenience. It required both nations to reassess priorities, make compromises, and envision a cooperative path forward that would maximize mutual benefits while minimizing internal dissent. Economically, this decision is likely to have far-reaching implications. Denmark and Sweden are among the strongest economies in Northern Europe, with robust industries, technological innovation, and a high standard of living. By joining forces, they are not only consolidating their economic influence, but also sending a clear message to the EU and the world that smaller nations can exercise significant power through strategic alliances. Markets have responded to this news with cautious optimism. Investors are analyzing potential shifts in trade patterns, investment flows, and regulatory frameworks, all of which could be influenced by the new cooperative stance. Industries from manufacturing to green energy are expected to be impacted, as policy alignment between the two nations could streamline regulations and create a larger, more unified market. On the political front, the implications are equally striking. Within the European Union, this alliance challenges traditional power dynamics. Historically, larger nations like Germany, France, and Italy have dominated key policy discussions. Smaller nations often had to navigate complex coalitions to assert their interests. With Denmark and Sweden now presenting a united front, they gain a louder voice, particularly on issues where their interests overlap. Areas such as environmental policy, defense strategy, and social welfare reforms are expected to see increased influence from this Nordic partnership. This could also inspire other smaller or mid-sized EU nations to explore similar alliances, potentially leading to a more multipolar structure within the Union security. Considerations also played a significant role in this move. Europe has experienced a shifting security landscape over the past decade, with rising tensions on the eastern border, energy dependencies, and concerns over cyber threats. Both Denmark and Sweden have invested heavily in modernizing their defense capabilities and participating in regional security frameworks. By uniting more formally, they can coordinate their strategies, share intelligence more effectively, and strengthen their deterrent capabilities. This is not just about national defense. It's about sending a signal that collective action among like-minded nations can create stability and resilience in a region that has become increasingly unpredictable. Public reaction within both countries has been largely positive, though not without skepticism. Citizens have expressed hope that this partnership will bring economic growth, stronger security, and a more prominent voice in European decision-making. At the same time, some critics worry about potential compromises to national sovereignty or the risk of over-reliance on another country's political agenda. Balancing domestic concerns with international ambitions is always a delicate act, and the governments of Denmark and Sweden have emphasized that their cooperation is built on mutual respect and shared principles rather than coercion or unilateral influence. Another dimension to consider is the cultural and social impact. Denmark and Sweden already share similarities in terms of language, social welfare models, and governance philosophies. However, this decision could lead to even closer integration of educational exchanges, cultural programs, and labor mobility. Students, professionals, and artists may find new opportunities for collaboration, fostering a deeper sense of regional identity and shared purpose. This social cohesion can serve as a foundatio and for long-term stability, ensuring that the alliance is not just a political or economic arrangement, but a holistic partnership that touches the daily lives of citizens. Internationally, the move has drawn attention from major global powers. The United States, China, and Russia are all closely monitoring developments, as any shift in European alliances can have ripple effects on trade, security, and diplomacy. Analysts suggest that Denmark and Sweden's unity could influence EU negotiations on everything from climate commitments to trade deals and defense pacts. While the immediate impact may seem regional, the broader geopolitical consequences could be significant, particularly if other countries start viewing the Nordic model as a blueprint for smaller nations seeking influence without direct confrontation with larger powers. The timing of this decision is also critical. Europe is facing multiple challenges at once, including economic uncertainty, energy transitions, and political fragmentation in some member states. By acting decisively now, Denmark and Sweden are positioning themselves as proactive leaders rather than reactive participants. Their timing allows them to shape policy agendas, influence discussions on climate action, and lead initiatives in digital innovation and green technology. This proactive approach contrasts with the often slow-moving nature of EU bureaucracy, and it demonstrates that strategic alliances can accelerate progress in ways that larger, more cumbersome institutions may struggle to achieve. Critically, the legal and institutional framework supporting this alliance has been carefully structured to ensure compatibility with EU regulations. Both countries remain committed members of the Union, and their cooperation is designed to enhance rather than undermine EU cohesion. Legal experts have noted that while this partnership is unprecedented in scale and scope, it adheres to existing treaties and agreements, making it both innovative and compliant. This careful planning underscores the seriousness and long-term vision behind the decision, reflecting a deep understanding of European legal, economic, and political systems. Economists also point out that Denmark and Sweden's alignment could drive innovation and competitiveness. Both nations have strong technology sectors, sustainable energy initiatives, and high-quality manufacturing capabilities. By pooling resources, sharing research, and coordinating policy, they can accelerate advancements in renewable energy, digital infrastructure, and healthcare technology. This could make the Nordic region a global hub for innovation, attracting investment and talent from across Europe and beyond. The economic multiplier effect of such collaboration has the potential to be substantial, benefiting not only Denmark and Sweden, but the EU as a whole. The environmental dimension is equally compelling. Both nations are global leaders in sustainability, with ambitious targets for carbon neutrality, renewable energy, and conservation. Aligning their policies could create a larger, more cohesive environmental strategy that serves as a model for other countries. This partnership allows for coordinated investment in green technology, joint research initiatives, and shared standards for environmental protection. In an era where climate change is a central concern, such alignment sends a powerful message that regional collaboration can amplify impact and accelerate progress toward global sustainability goals. It is also important to consider the potential challenges and risks. Any partnership of this scale requires careful management of expectations, continuous dialogue, and mechanisms to resolve disputes. Historical differences, economic fluctuations, or political changes could test the resilience of this alliance. Both governments have emphasized transparency, communication, and regular review processes to ensure that cooperation remains balanced and mutually beneficial. These safeguards are critical in maintaining trust and preventing misunderstandings that could undermine the long-term success of the partnership. As we look to the future, several scenarios emerge. In the short term, we can expect enhanced coordination on trade, defense, and policy initiatives. Midterm effects may include increased influence within the EU, stronger economic performance, and greater regional stability. Long-term, this alliance could inspire similar coalitions in other parts of Europe, shifting the dynamics of continental governance and potentially leading to a more collaborative and multipolar European Union. The success of this initiative could redefine how countries approach partnerships, demonstrating that unity among smaller nations can be just as powerful as traditional alliances dominated by larger states. This story is still unfolding, and its full impact will become clearer in the coming months and years. Yet, one thing is certain: Denmark and Sweden have taken a bold step that challenges assumptions about European politics, reshapes regional dynamics, and highlights the potential for innovative, cooperative solutions in an increasingly complex world. Their decision underscores the importance of strategic thinking, shared vision, and the courage to pursue bold initiatives, even in uncertain times. For viewers following European politics, this is a moment worth paying close attention to. It illustrates how smaller nations can influence broader outcomes, how careful planning and negotiation can yield transformative results, and how international perception can shift rapidly when bold decisions are made. Whether you're interested in economics, politics, social policy, or environmental strategy, the lessons from this development are valuable and relevant. In conclusion, Denmark and Sweden's decision to unite in such a comprehensive and strategic manner is more than just a headline. It is a signal of change, a blueprint for cooperation, and a potential catalyst for broader transformation across Europe. As analysts, citizens, and observers, we can expect debates, discussions, and policy adjustments as the implications unfold. The alliance exemplifies how foresight, collaboration, and shared values can overcome traditional barriers and create opportunities that benefit not only the countries involved, but also the larger European community. Thank you for staying with us through this detailed breakdown. This is a story that will continue to evolve, and we will be here to analyze every significant development. Keep watching closely, because Denmark and Sweden may well be setting the stage for a new era in European cooperation, one that prioritizes unity, shared purpose, and the strategic use of influence in a complex global landscape.